Hello my fellow nerds of the internet, I am Nictorious and welcome to another Death Battle reaction. We got Wario versus King Dedede. I mean, I know these two characters. Analysis for these guys, huh? Well, I mean, to be honest, I'm not even sure of their similarities. I'll go with Dedede. I like Kirby more than Mario, so for the fun, let's just say Dedede. We'll find out. Here we go.
It's a lesson every hero has to learn someday. Just because your enemy is a little on the chubby side doesn't mean he's a
chubby
pushover.
enemies? Okay.
Are you talking about me?
I'm talking about Wario, the greedy and repulsive rival to Mario.
And King Dedede, the royal nemesis to everybody's favorite pink puffball, Kirby. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Mario is a pretty busy guy. If he's not saving his favorite lady, Princess Peach, he's off saving a whole different princess in a whole different land.
Until he returned home one day to find his castle under someone else's control.
First off, Mario has a castle? Awesome. But it had been taken by a chubby squatter dressed in yellow named Wario.
Wario is Mario's opposite in every way. While Mario is kind and heroic, Wario is selfish and mischievous.
While Mario is thick with one C, Wario has two, maybe three C's.
Let's not. His name and symbol are even inspired by the Japanese word for bad, warui. You can't get any less subtle than Wario.
No kidding, but he's not some random chump. Turns out Wario is one of the 7 star children, possessing legendary power, and even grew up with Mario.
Wario's grudge against Mario goes way back. While they were children, they played cops and robbers a total of 1,256 times. And despite frequently asking otherwise, Wario only got to be the cop once.
Wow, dick move, baby Mario. Yoshi should have just left you behind in that stupid crying bubble.
Whether or not he was accidentally conditioned into villainy, Wario has two main goals. Ruin Mario's life and get as rich as possible through any means necessary, including crime, treasure hunting, and even making video games.
He's got the power to rival Mario too. He's super strong and can bash through tons of rock and heavy metal with his shoulder bash attack. If that's not enough, he'll literally chew his opponents up. Ugh, just imagine those giant white bricks he calls teeth just closing around you.
He's also weirdly malleable, capable of being crushed, squished, twisted, and stretched with little to no ill effect. However, Wario's deadliest natural ability is definitely his inexplicable farting.
Wiz, that's no simple toot. This is the fabled flatulence of folklore itself.
I remember I first saw that
atomic
Brawl
vapors of
trailer, and I'm like,
annihilation.
what the
The
fuck?
waft.
Kind of a lame name after all that.
The waft is a highly specialized technique which discharges an enormous burst of toxic gas so brutal it'll topple nearly any foe. When aimed correctly, this blast can even propel Wario through the air like a rocket while crop dusting anyone beneath his feet. It's, technically speaking, just
I just noticed his name is
majestic.
Boomstick in Smash Brothers.
Well,
That's awesome.
it's not exactly wrong. In some cases, Wario's waft has even been shown to be comparable to nuclear warheads.
Oh my God.
By the way, I spent some time in your lab and I made a new invention.
How did you get into my lab?
Oh, nice try. After decades of research, I've discovered how to contain the pure essence of flatulence. Behold, the Windbreaker!
That's nice. Let's move on.
It's a fucking
Listen,
water
Wiz,
balloon
I'm
with
really
shit
proud
in
of
it.
this. She speaks!
Christ!
Anyway, aside from his own
that game.
abilities, Wario has
Master of
access to numerous
Disguise.
weapons and
That's a
power-ups.
fun
Like his
game.
one-of-a-kind chopper. Also,
Right, he has so many
explosives.
disguises.
Kind
I
of
forgot about
redundant
that.
when he can fart a nuke.
There's always room for explosions, Wiz. Check out this huge blast some of his bombs caused, which he was totally at the center of and survived, by the way.
His power-ups include a jetpack, a metal body, and even Mario's own invincibility star. He can increase his size by plugging an air pump into himself and just don't question it. With the dragon hat, he spews fire. With the eagle statue, he takes flight. And he can even combine both of these to become King Dragon Wario. utilizing both these abilities while dramatically increasing his power
We also have Wario
and his
Man.
weight.
And with just a little mouthful of rotten garlic, he
yeah.
dons pink tights to become Wario Man! This super form increases his strength and lets him fly, because he doesn't have enough ways to do that already, I guess.
He doesn't always need some random object of power to transform. Some of Wario's forms come about because of entirely reactionary
Vampire
moves.
Wario?
He can become Bouncy Wario after being crushed into paper, Flaming Wario after being set on fire, Puffy Wario after getting stung by bees, and Fat Wario after eating too much. Well,
God.
getting fat's a superpower?
These sound more like excuses than power-ups.
He even becomes Crazy Wario after getting drunk. Though it's just a ball in the American version, because, for kids and stuff. But anyway, I'm powering up. Jocelyn, order another 1,000 six-packs.
On his quest to humiliate his red-clad rival and accumulate Scrooge McDuck levels of riches, Wario has been through thick and thin.
Like Mario, he survived that big explosion in the tennis court, which we figured out is equal to 2.4 megatons of TNT. But Wario's also survived the Shake King blowing up in his face.
The Shake King was a pirate with immense electrical power. Upon his defeat, his body detonated, and the resulting blast split the sky.
Holy
By
shit.
comparing the blast and the parting clouds
Yeah,
to a
what
map
anime
of the
is
Shake
this?
dimension, we determined the explosion's exact energy output to be equivalent to about 96 sextillion tons of TNT.
That's enough juice to blow up a large moon, and Wario
Oh,
was
good God,
totally
Scott
fine.
Pilgrim.
He can seemingly eat anything, including explosives and his own bike. He can, of course, keep up with Mario,
Manages the
who
video
kicked a
company, defeated
61
Captain Syrup,
million ton
Bowser, Black
castle
Jewel,
and
and
piloted the
Shake
Star
King.
Diver at Mach 375.
Why did they say that he
Also,
they also
Wario
defeated Count
destroyed the
Cannoli
Black
and
Jewel, an entity whose death triggered
and,
the collapse of an entire
what's the
dimension.
name of the evil demon
So,
girl
does
from
everyone he
Master of
fights blow up
Disguise?
when they die, or what?
Mario may best him time and time again, particularly thanks to Wario's clearly low intelligence, but his tenacity and willingness to never give up is strangely admirable.
This greedy bastard will never stop doing what he loves.
Boy.
The country of
I love
Dreamland
Kirby so
is a
much.
peaceful paradise.
Filled with some of the
Oh,
most
Star
adorable
Allies.
critters you've ever seen.
I love the show.
Oh,
The
look
show
at
was
little
great.
waddle-dees-waddle.
Right back at you.
But wouldn't you know it, all this pristine prosperity
I miss
is
that
actually
Scar
run
Goon.
by a tyrannical, self-imposed monarch, King Dedede.
Ah, yes, the classic dictator at
what?
work. They show you what they
Okay.
want you to see, but really, there's so much horror behind the scenes.
I suppose he did intentionally create a food shortage once, but Dedede doesn't really have that much sway over his questionably claimed kingdom, namely because of one
Yeah, they
plucky
never
pink
gave a shit
hero,
about him in the
Kirby.
show. They're like, whatever. you're
Everyone's
king, who
favorite
cares?
lovable marshmallow. Suck it, Jigglypuff. Yeah, this
Ha.
little guy's always been there to
Oh,
ruin the
Kirby
Triple
Superstar.
D's schemes.
Schemes which, to be fair, aren't always evil. Like the time he stole the Star Rod, seemingly for nefarious purposes, but in
But
actuality
he
to
actually did
protect
to
his
stop
citizens
Nightmare,
from the
yeah.
villainous Nightmare.
Yeah.
Yeah, it turns out this big bad penguin's mean side doesn't come from a place of true evil at all. Instead, it's because he's just really jealous of Kirby.
Right, before Kirby arrived, Dedede was a tubby bird with only a modicum of respect. After seeing Kirby's popularity and success, the king made up his mind. He would surpass the marshmallow.
It's really cute when
Cue
you
the
think about
70s
it.
music. It's time for a training
His theme?
montage.
His theme?
Through countless
Oh,
hours
oh,
of
I thought when they
intense
said
work
music,
and
I thought they were
grueling
gonna play
training,
his theme. I
Dedede
love
pushed
Kirby's
himself to
theme.
mimic Kirby's abilities
like,
and more.
doo-doo-doo,
His speed improved, his strength
It's
skyrocketed,
really
and in
good.
time, he even learned what all penguins hope to achieve one day. By inhaling a
Flight.
bunch of air, he can puff his body up like a balloon and fly.
To be clear, this is not a naturally occurring ability of his. He somehow trained himself to do this. This is backed up by no science whatsoever and makes absolutely no goddamn sense.
You
Awesome.
shut up and let the penguin fly. And that's not the only Kirby trick he copied. His lungs are so strong now, he can inhale
Air bullets.
entire enemies and
Electrokinesis.
launch them at high speeds.
Look at he do
He
that.
can even fire powerful air bullets that can break solid rock. You know, I've been training my air bullet
Oh,
technique
super
too.
dope, yep.
You? Boomstick, that's impossible. The human lungs don't have the capacity to.
I gotcha. But he's got way more up his sleeves than just stolen skills.
Absolutely. Sure, he's got an army of minions at his command,
Oh,
but
his
when
old
he
piece
wants
of
to
shit
take
Final
someone down
Smash.
personally, Dedede jumps into the ring with one of his giant-sized hammers.
He's got a bunch to pick from. His usual
Jet
favorite
hammer,
might
yep.
look like an oversized wooden mallet,
The
but
electric
it
hammer
can
from
summon
Mass
freezing
Dedede.
ice as he swings it, and secretly features a built-in jet booster to supercharge his striking power. Oh, you scared? Here I come! Here I come! Yeah, boom, bitch! Well,
That's
this move
whiz
is
this
garbage
time.
in Smash. It feels really good when you pull it off.
Through the power of the Star Rod, he can amplify this into the Star Hammer. With this magic coursing through it, Dedede can cast several spells. He can increase his size, launch energy spheres, break the fourth wall, and mystically create up to 64 duplicates of himself.
Just more penguin goodness
This
to go
was,
around. But
the
when
hell
the
is it
Big
called?
D
Robotron,
wants to get hardcore,
right?
he dons a mask and whips out his ultimate weapon, the electric hammer. Introducing the mysterious masked Dedede!
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's not much of a disguise, but the electric hammer is a definite upgrade over his jet hammer.
Hell yeah, it's way stronger, can blast electricity, and has a flamethrower. Oh,
Shockwaves.
and also a multi-barreled rocket launcher. Gun sword? Not good enough. Sniper scythe? Forget it. Give me a rocket launcher hammer any day of the week.
And remember that army of minions I mentioned before? Well,
Did he say
Dedede
gun
has
scythe
a
as
weird
it's a
habit of
Ruby?
actually carrying some of them around
That's
with him.
awesome.
Like, I guess in his pocket?
If the rockets aren't enough, he can pull out this spiky sea urchin called a Gordo.
Gordo,
That's heavy
yeah,
enough
yeah.
to
Oh,
send
God.
almost anyone
They're
flying.
insanely
The Gordo's
annoying
one of his
aspects.
greatest tools,
Yeah,
but it
they
can
are.
also be a real pain in the ass.
Interesting that he's so jealous of Kirby's abilities despite having quite a noteworthy arsenal of his own. Thankfully, he has become much less antagonistic over the years, even directly aiding Kirby in protecting Dreamland from time to time.
And while
Yeah,
he's
he's a
not
cool
the
dude.
sharpest bird in the box, he isn't all fluff. He can inhale and spit Kirby out with enough force to break through the planet Pop Star's atmosphere.
Which means Dedede can spit objects up to 33 times the speed of sound.
Holy fuck.
That's disgusting.
But that's
Disgusting.
nothing when you think about how he can match Kirby in sheer
Right,
strength.
he could also
this
crack
little
the
guy can
planet
hit
in half.
so hard, he destroyed a whole planet. God, calm down, Kirb. Why are you
Yeah,
wrecking the
too.
place where you live?
Planet Popstar is shown to be similar in size to the planet Shiver Star, which
is actually
strongly
a
resembles a frozen
post-apocalyptic
over
Earth.
Earth.
Yes,
To
we know.
destroy an Earth-sized planet like this, Kirby must have been striking with a force of over 1,900 septillion tons of TNT.
Damn! Who would have thought this adorable pink puffball could pull that off? And get this! Apparently he's only 8 inches tall! He's a planet buster
This is all shit
that
we
fits
know.
in the palm of
go
your
back
hand.
and watch Majin
He's
Buu
shown even greater
get
feats
his
too.
ass kicked
And while
by him.
Dedede isn't necessarily taking this sort of damage every time Kirby lands a punch, he does fight on equal footing with him.
Who keeps making these cute and cuddly characters so freaking deadly?
On a similar note, Dedede is also comparable to Meta Knight, who once casually flew from one end of the galaxy to the other
Right,
in
in-
seconds.
in
Now,
Superstar.
Dedede's never done such a crazy speed feat
He's
like that
defeated Dark
himself.
Meta Knight. I thought
But
that was
keeping up with
really-
Meta Knight in fights and dodging a meteor around 160,000 miles per hour
Huh.
certainly
Star
proves
allies.
he's faster than you probably think.
Like when he fought the alien Magellan, who ripped apart a dimension with a weird star-shaped
Queen
black
Sectonia,
hole,
Magalore,
which
and
Dedede
Dark
survived.
Matter, yep.
This penguin's gotta be doing some
Yes,
kind
sir.
of performance-enhancing drugs. Oh, Jesus!
Though he still
yeah.
holds a massive grudge, King Dedede has proved his ability countless times, to the detriment, but often benefit, of Dreamland. Perhaps he's earned the title of king after all.
Well, he definitely thinks so.
There's only one bona fide ruler of Cappy Town, and that's me, King Dedede!
I missed that show.
All right, the combatants are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
I'm
But first, I need to inhale some food.
honestly, I gotta
By
go with
now,
Dedede
you've
on this
probably
one.
heard of Blue Apron, the lead.
I mean, I feel like he just has all the weapons and shit to take down Wario. I feel like he can do it. Oh shit, it's a cage? It's a wrestling match here. And he's starting off as Masked Wario? As Wario Man and Masked Dedede? We're starting this way? Okay. Sorry. Yeah, Dedede. A cage match? Shit. Alright, Dedede, bring it home. Please throw Mario and Luigi in the crowd. Just like they do in the game. That'd be a great Easter egg. God damn, we're already starting off with the strongest forms. Bang. Wild dude. Fine. I guess we just don't do fight anymore. Or whatever. Oh, shit, nice. Oh god, the Bumblebee's freaking out! Oh, there goes the missiles. Oh! Oh! That's a spot smash, beating him up with Wario, man. Whoa. Dude, the fuck? Oh, alright! He can become Burning Wario. Yeah. I remember. Yeah. I see that. Oh boy, what a doof. Oh shit, his mask! Oh, he's not Wario Man anymore. He's not Master Chief anymore. What just happened? What, you were reminiscing of a time you met Wario and he farted in your face? And he's reminiscing of a time Dedede stole his tires. That's actually awesome. Making a wheelie motorcycle. Okay. So cool, they have a yeah. What the? What is happening right now? What the? I don't even know. I don't even understand what's happening. Okay. Oh. Malleable body. Oh god. Oh my god. Oh, he pulled bombs out of his butthole. Oh. Okay. He's too fat. Okay, what? Oh, he's gonna fucking fart in his mouth. Oh. Oh my god. Alright, he could pump himself up too. Okay. Boy, this battle is gonna be weird. Oh, his charge. Oh! I thought he was gonna bite his fucking head off. Oh, his ass. Oh my god. I think he's dead. Oh, Waddle Dee? Gordo? Except he's gonna fart it right back in him because it's a Smash Brothers technique. Yeah. Boom. Take his head off. Right? Yeah. What? Oh. Oh! Yay, Dedede! Yo!
I told you those Gordos can be a
That
pain
was a
in the ass.
fucked up fight,
Wario
man.
sure had the upper hand when it came to versatility, especially with his reactionary power-up and totally unexpected techniques. Like, who would ever predict your opponent would drop an atomic fart in your mouth? Genius.
Oh God.
Gross.
What a
But
weird
ultimately,
fight.
Dedede still had plenty of counter options to use. For example, his hammer's ice properties could halt Wario's many fire attacks.
And unlike Wario, Dedede's flight didn't require any specific power-ups to control the air.
Unfortunately, neither Wario nor Dedede have truly shown their greatest potential speed. Compared to the likes of Mario and Meta Knight, it seems Dedede held the advantage, though admittedly it's impossible to know the exact specifics of that advantage.
Yeah, but given how tough these guys were, speed wasn't the biggest factor anyway. What we really had to know was how likely they could even hurt each other. I mean, they've been through some pretty nasty stuff. But guess what? Wario surviving the Shake King exploding doesn't stack up to Dedede getting sucked into a black hole.
By examining the event horizon of Magolor's singularity, we can estimate a range of the black hole's destructive potential. Even the lowest possible
Magolor's
option
a
comes out to nearly
boss to fight, especially
86
his soul.
octillion tons of TNT. That is over 5 times more powerful than the detonating Shake King. And again, that's the lowest option. The black hole's destructive potential is likely even higher than that.
So Wario had a hard time landing any meaningful damage because the big bird was just too tough. But if Dedede's anywhere as strong as Kirby is, and he should be given that they fight all the time, then he was making hits that were somewhere close to Earth-sized planet-breaking level. Definitely getting the edge over Wario's durability.
Wario's versatility and tenacity made this an incredibly close bout, but Dedede's strength, durability, and speed were just enough to take the victory.
He really took the penguin.
Oh my god.
The winner is King Dedede.
Cool.
Hey, thanks for watching this episode. If you want the battle music for yourself, you can get it by clicking the link below.
And if you want some more death battle, make sure to check out Captain Marvel vs. Shazam over there.
Yeah, that was funny. Alright, what do we got? What do we got? Ben 10 versus Green Lantern! Wow, that surprisingly makes sense. That is kind of cool. Wow. Okay, I mean, I personally didn't really like Ben 10 as a kid. I thought he was kind of lame, but I don't know, as a character against Green Lantern, it could be neat. Wow. That's an interesting one. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.